Assalamu alaikum guys. In this video we'll learn some tips about migrations in Laravel. As you can see here, I have users table, and here my table in my database users, and I will add a user here using factory PHP artisan tinker, and here I will seed a user. And now what if we want to add a column or multiple columns after a specific column, right? Most of us know that, but here's a trick. We will say PHP artisan make migration and add extra columns to users table, right? It generates a new migration, and back again here, and now we have a new migration. And in case of we want to add only one column after a specific column, we may say here table and table name or type string, for example, address or extra column as an example, and then after maybe order, right? After this orders table or column, after this orders column, and I will say here after orders, and it will be nullable also, and I will drop it here table drop column and extra column if I run the migration role. So artisan migrate, we have a syntax error, semicolon here, run it again, and now a new column has been added, right? What if we need to add multiple columns? To add it, we may say something like that here, multiple and extra 2 and extra 3, and also we will drop them here 2 and 3. But recently in Laravel, maybe 9.45, it's added a new parameter to this after here, and we can say directly, instead of repeating this value, let's remove it, right? And we can say directly here table and after, and in the second parameter or in the first, I will add these columns after orders, and we have a function, and I will use this table, right? So we'll say here use table, and we can make it here directly, as you can see, add semicolon, and let's run our migration again. I will say here rollback, but I want to command this or comment this to line first, roll, and now recommend, and now I will say artisan migrate run. It's migrated back and say again, now it works, right? The second tip here for timestamps column, if we open these timestamps, we can say they added two column timestamp, one for created at, another for updated at, and both of them are nullable. So here back and refresh. What if I want to add another user here, CV, and the default value is null, right? And I will change it also to, and I will change email because it's unique, save. As you can see, it's null. What if we want to create a default value for this timestamp column or any column, not only for created at and updated at, it depends on timestamp type. Let's take this as an example. Back to our users again here, and I will say timestamp created at, right? And another one for updated at here. And for created at, we can say a function called current or use current, right? And also for updated at, there is another method called use current on update. If this record updated, it will be also updated for this timestamp. Let's remigrate this column, artisan migrate fresh, right? and I will add another user here using a tinker, this and tinker, and here's our user. Back and see it again. We have a user, but it's added by Laravel. What if I add here a new user, right? ID2, and change also email with a different value, and let's remove these values. Sorry, let's remove these values. Let's remove it again. Email is unique, right? What if I save it and I received an error? Back here to our migration, and also we need to add here use current for first time as a default value for updated at, and also it will be updated when a record was updated, right? So I will run it again quickly, migrate fresh, and add a user. It's added. Back to my database, discard, and here I have a user. And if you noticed also in the table structure for updated and created at here, they has here column, default column. A default value will be the current time, and also for updated at will be the current time, and on update it will be also the current time, right? So back here I will duplicate this user and I will make some changes. ID number 2 and email different. Now let's remove these values, also, save, and it's set automatically by MySQL, not by Laravel, right? Let's update anything here on this table and see what will happen to updated at table or column. I will update it, save, it's updated automatically, right? Last tip here, it may be useful for reading code. By default in Laravel, these two values are null, created at and updated at, and this uses method called timestamps. Here is the default value, but actually there is another meaningful migration method called nullable timestamp. Here nullable timestamps, and if we open this method, it also returns the timestamps method, this method here, right? I think it's more meaningful for reading, and if I remigrate it again, fresh, it works, and the same value back to our table structure. It's nullable, as you can see here. Updated at is nullable, and also created at is nullable. Here is some quick tips about migrations in Laravel. If you found it useful, support me by clicking on like, share, and subscribe. See you in next videos.